It is a fantastic morning, and we're so excited you're with us. Hi there, everybody. I'm Jen Hale. Welcome into Undisputed, alongside Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, I am going to get my gloat on this morning before I become intolerable. How are you?
I'm good. Let's get our gloat on, Jen. Let's get our gloat on.
Before we gloat, let me say that I cannot wait to see what's going to happen at 10 o'clock Eastern on TNT, 7 o'clock out here in L.A., when Kawhi Leonard, the real king of L.A., returns to dethrone the phony GOAT LeBron James.
Why he got to return? Where was he last year?
Well, he was hurt.
What they got to do with us? How did that
LeBron's feelings were hurt last year. That's all that was feelings.
Can we, Jen and I gloat? Can we get
what?
Can we get one gloat session in, Jen and I?
Well, you didn't pick the Pelicans.
Whoa.
She did, but you didn't.
As I go,
you have no reason to gloat.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, now you're jumping on another bandwagon? OBI. What about old Zion that you don't like? You're gloating over a player you have no use for.
That I didn't like.
Here we go again.
What was the question about Zion? The only question I had was what?
He
looked healthy to me.
Well,
he looked healthy to me.
Okay. Well, he looked sensational to me.
He looks phenomenal. He's in an awesome mindset. He's having so much fun. Guys, let's get into it. The Nets blown out on their own court in the season opener last night against my Pelicans, 130-108. Brandon Ingram, a scorching third quarter, 28 points overall, 7 boards. Zion in his return contributing 25 points and 9 rebounds. KD had the game-high 32 points in the loss. And hey, in his Nets debut, Ben Simmons, just 4 points, gentlemen, and he fouled out. Shannon, you first. What's your biggest takeaway?
Ben Simmons looked exactly like he did the last time we saw him. Skip, I'm going to say the defensive end has a lot to do with him being tired. It's been a long time. It's been well over a year since he last played meaningful basketball. Skip, I'm not talking about the little 15, 20 minutes that he played in the preseason, because, you know, you get in basketball shape by playing basketball. And I'm not saying that little conditioning that he was doing in the preseason, but in a meaningful basketball that counts towards wins and losses, it looked like he was winded last night. A lot of reaching, a lot of grabbing. Ben is a guy that, even though he's 6'10", 6'11", he can slide really well for a man his size. That's why he's made all defensive twice in his short career. But last night, on the offensive end, he looked exactly where he picked up where he left off against the Hawks the last time we saw him in a Game 7. All of his shots came from in the paint, and it wasn't a very good debut for him. That's not what the Brooklyn Nets fans had anticipated or hoped for. I can assure you that's not what his teammates was hoping that he would put on paper. But Skip, you know, this is what we thought they would be defensively. They would be challenged. And I know they got Ben Simmons, but they gave up 130 points on their home court. B.I. got what he wanted. Zion is a handful. I don't know who thought that Ben Simmons, even though he's 6'10", could deal with Zion, because Zion is 2 grown men. As a matter of fact, he's 2.5 grown men. And you better pack a lunch. You better have a nice pregame meal to deal with that low down low. All of his shots came from in the paint. He's a handful. He get that ball and you let him get left. Just go and run on back down the court. Coach, what you want me to do? Y'all better send some help so we can cut him off. B.I. got it going. Zion had it going. C.J. chipped in. And I think this is a great spot for C.J. because you're asking him an awful lot, Skip. I don't think he's quite a 2, where okay, AD is a 2 in what you call him. Well, Kyrie is saying, I don't think C.J. is that. But as a third option, somebody's going to have their hands full dealing with this team. Great team win, 31 assists. 13 turnovers. That means the ball was moving. It didn't stay in one place one particular time. And then the other guy, the tall guy that wanted to trade, had 32 meaningless points. They were getting blown out the entire game. I don't know why he came back in the ball game. That's what Skip tell me. Played until 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the game, and they were getting blown out.
Yeah, well, he's not chasing Kareem.
He was chasing numbers. He was chasing. You told me anytime a team get like that and you're playing late to the ball game, you're chasing stats. He did exactly what you said LeBron did the other night.
He was gone with 4.5 minutes left in the game. LeBron plays to the bitter end, scoring bitter points.
Did he play until the bitter end on Tuesday night? Let's not talk about what is done in the past. Let's talk about recent history. So with that being said, Skip, it's going to be tough for them because I don't look. It's one game, and I know Kyrie didn't have it going last night, but their offense is their defense. They try to put so much pressure on you by scoring the basketball. But this is a defensive challenge team that doesn't have a whole lot of bricks in their back pocket. Kevin Durant, 175 pounds. Claxton, 165 pounds. Kyrie, 95 pounds. So they don't have anybody with size and girth. Their thing is skill offensively. Let's put the ball in the hoop at an elite level and see if someone can keep up with us. But if they can't, on a given night, one of those guys struggles scoring the basketball, they're going to be a heap of trouble because the other team is going to be able to get what they want, when they want it, how they want it.
Okay. I will begin with this. I have told you from day one, Zion Williamson is a force to be reckoned with. You have never, ever bought into that. Even when he's healthy, you haven't bought into that.
I said the only thing that concerns me is his health. But
I have never, ever seen anything like the wrecking ball with skill, with finesse skill that is Zion Williamson. And my only X factor about last night was, will he fit right back into what was a very good team by the end of the year last year?
Right.
That was becoming a force to be reckoned with as a basketball team, thanks to one of the best young coaches in basketball who's on his way to becoming maybe the best coach in basketball. Would he blend in? Well, he blended last night because he led the team with 22 shots, and it shocked me that he took 5 more shots than your man B.I., the ex-Laker, because I'm not sure B.I. loves that. And I don't know that he's going to love that going forward. But it's hard to argue when of the 22 that Zion takes, he makes 11 of them. They're all in the paint, but he makes all 11 in the paint because he is virtually unstoppable in the paint. So what happened last night? Ben Simmons, right out of the box, is tasked with guarding that wrecking ball. And Ben Simmons, I don't know what he weighs. He probably weighs 230 or 40, somewhere in there. He's 6'10", but he looked like a stick figure up against Zion. And every time Zion would pause on the perimeter and say, he'd look at Ben Simmons like, seriously?
They sent you?
Seriously? Really? And it's one dribble right, one dribble, a little crossover dribble, and then hard drive left. And Ben Simmons is just falling backwards, and he's got no hope. Because this man, I'm going to read what Kevin Durant said a couple of days back, because Kevin's got high basketball IQ, and he studies basketball history. When he speaks about the big picture perspective of basketball, I'm all ears. And he said you've seen a lot of guys Zion's size at 6'7", a lot of Charles Barkley type, bruiser type guys who played much bigger. But he says Zion's athleticism trumps all of theirs, including Charles Barkley's. By far, he said, trumps theirs. And when you add that to the mix, it makes him one of one. He is one of one. Never seen anything like it, because the finesse is also there at the rim. He's ambidextrous, and he even said last night, I felt a little rusty because 3 or 4 times I thought, okay, that's in, and it would lip out. Okay, we'll let him kick the rust off a little bit and then see what happens. So I felt a little sorry for Ben Simmons getting thrown back into that fire against that guy right out of the box.
But Skip, when he put that big caboose on you, he going to dislodge anybody from that spot. It doesn't matter if it's Ben Simmons.
Now the caboose is minus, I don't know, 20 pounds maybe, and he looks pretty good. He looks pretty fit. At this moment, he looks pretty healthy. He had the tweak of the ankle the other night, but it didn't seem to bother him a bit last night. I'm just here to say this team was good enough last year without him that if he does blend in, if Willie Green can make it work, and I think B.I. will be some issue going forward because he's used to scoring 25, 30 points.
But Skip, he got an efficient. He got 28 last night on 17 shots. The thing I don't think he'll have a problem with, hell, they all at the rim. It's not like Zion is jacking up threes, Skip, and taking some ill-advised shots.
In fact, he'll take 1 or 2 a game. He took none last night.
He didn't need to. He's like, y'all can't keep me out of here. I don't need to be out there.
And by the way, it's hard to argue when your quote-unquote big man has 4 steals. He's out on the perimeter dislodging the ball from people. Well, okay, so if you add him and blend him into this mix, I'm here to say, could they win the West this year? Yes, they could win the West. Sure, they could.
You think they got enough outside shooting to win the West?
Well, CJ's pretty good, right? And then,
but he was 3 of 9 last night.
Trey Murphy comes off the bench last night and makes 4 or 6 threes, and I don't know if that's going to be sustained, but that was pretty good. They shot 46% from 3. That will work. And their defense overwhelmed Brooklyn out of the box, and